What is up, and welcome back to the Dan Evans Show. We got another major in the books, and we got ourselves a brand new major champion to add to the list. I want to know, gentlemen, how much money did you guys have riding on Aaron Rai?
I was not a rider this week.
Neither was I. This was unexpected.
You weren't on the ride or die?
I was not. No, he was 100 to 1, I believe, though. Or
I heard some numbers on some markets were 150.
Wow.
And his high is 220.
Wow.
Yeah, that would have paid. How many people you think got paid on that?
Like one, maybe? Like,
Yeah.
Seriously.
And if people were betting, they're probably betting Sunday odds.
Yeah,
What?
I mean,
You know, they talk about like sports betting and the whole thing and athletes. And can a caddy bet on a golf tournament?
I don't
it's
believe.
got to be insider trading.
I
gotta
don't
be.
believe so. That's like if you work for a casino, you can't play at, like, say you work for like a Caesars place.
Yeah, they'd be like, caddy's like, no, you knew he was going to go low.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you could tell.
Yeah, I
that-
guess when you think about it like that, it's not like a guarantee.
Yeah.
But it's still, they have inside information. They could, if they know their guy isn't playing well,
That's true.
bet against it.
Like
the
bet
un-
the don't.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Bet
Exactly.
the under.
Exactly.
Wow.
That's what happens, man. It's the game.
Well, Aaron Rai, I mean, look at him here, hoisting the Wanamaker trophy, grinning ear to ear, and wearing that Me and My Golf logo like proudly.
Early fumble from Aaron Rai as a new major champion. Got to keep the gloves on for that.
Yeah, what a waste, because the
Yeah.
guy who handed it to him probably had gloves on.
Exactly.
And then we've been gloves on all day,
Yeah.
and we're going
Yeah.
to just immediately go gloves off?
Yeah, I thought you liked gloves, bro.
Yeah, stay true to the cause.
Now,
That's
do you
what I'm
think?
saying.
Do you think that iron head covers and double gloves are going to be making a comeback now?
I think, like everything, they will for about a week, and then people will immediately realize that they hate them still, and then revert back to standard ways of one glove and uncovered irons.
I mean, my favorite part about golf is making it harder. So let me just inconvenience myself by having to take off my socks every time that I need an iron.
I also find it interesting that the two gloves he wears, they're like loose fitting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they always talk about like your golf glove should fit like a second skin and kind of be snug on the hands. And when gloves kind of get wore out and kind of loose, it's time to get a freshie. His are like, I don't know, like winter gloves. Like there's some slack in there.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's a grip thing
I
rather
don't
than
know.
like, you know how you usually wear gloves so you don't mess up your hands.
Yeah, and
I
it gives you a little more grip on the club, the little textured area.
I wonder if he's got like more of almost like a football player glove than a golf glove.
I don't know.
I mean, it's definitely a cute story. When I when I go out and I wear 3 gloves, though, we're gonna have a different conversation.
Where's the third one?
Say, man, just gonna double up on one of them.
Dang. JR, it was your first major.
It was.
You now have a major in the books as well.
I do. Yeah, me and Aaron Rai, one each.
What are your thoughts? Did it feel more major than a standard event or than a signature event, if you will?
Yeah, I mean, have I been to a Siggy? Yeah, API is a Siggy, right?
API is a Sig.
Yeah, no, it definitely felt a little bit more grand. We lived the whole PGA Championship life. We went in the merch store. We bought merch. We ate a ton of free food.
Yeah.
Just an absolutely insane amount of free food.
Both media center free food and the on the grounds included free food.
Exactly. No, it was an all-out great time. And for most of the tournament, we thought this is going to be an all-time finish. And we had
Yeah.
our flight at Sunday night, and we're like, shoot, we're going to miss an all-time finish with like an 8-way playoff.
Yeah.
And then Aaron Rai hits a 70-footer on 17.
It just he's like grabbing a little lead, and then he just started like dunking.
Mm-hmm.
And it got to the point where it's like, oh, there is no even shot of a playoff. That's not even like mathematically possible anymore unless this guy like starts quadrupling his last whatever. Like it's not happening. And instead, he just starts firing more birdies and grabbing more of a lead, which to me is mind blowing for the fact of nobody was pulling ahead through the entire weekend.
Yep.
That we just had this like very bunched up field. We're like, wow, there's 11 guys at -5 and 16 guys at -4 and players that we know and think could win this thing and people we've never heard of are all heaped up here. And to me, it felt very much like a horse race.
There was something like 28 dudes in with 4 strokes of the lead going into Sunday, which is just crazy.
Crazy.
And I believe we had our first 3-stroke lead of the tournament Sunday at like 5 p.m. local time.
Wow.
Which is,
Yeah.
you don't see that. Yeah, oftentimes you'll see a -3 early, and we get a 3-stroke lead in the first couple hours. Took 3.5 days, almost 4 days
Well, wasn't there, like, after the first round, wasn't there a lot of guys, like, super up there? Like, everyone was having monster first rounds, and the second round brought a lot of guys down, even not even making a cut?
No, the first round was tough. First 2 days were just brutal. Because, I mean, we heard about it. The whole talk of the town going into the PGA was Aronimink's going to get beat up. These pros, it's not the longest course. There's only a couple par fives, whatever. And then they just said, you know what? Oh, the course is easy. We're going to give you impossible pins for 2 days and see how you deal with it. Scotty, Rory.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I did see the one. Was it on 1? Or was it on, like, 11 or something?
The 11, yeah.
Where it was in the front of the green, but if you got it short, it's rolling all the way down to the fairway.
Yep.
That's insane.
Being there on site, of course, it's a lot hillier than it looks on TV. It's brutal. Like, that is by no means a standard go on Golf Now and book a tee time type golf course.
No,
I mean,
God, no.
There were parts where we were walking like uphills to get to different areas, different holes, where I'm like, dude, we're walking like straight uphill, like almost like difficult to walk on, like any slippery gravel. And you're like, like trying to like walk with your hands and get your way up. The course is brutal. And then on top of that, now we're going to have crazy rough and of course stretch it out for the pros and put them at the way back tees. I just, to me, for any common average golfer, it seems so unmanageable.
Felt like we were never walking downhill either.
No,
as much as we went up, it seemed like we never came back down. It was just a constant up.
It was uphill always.
Yeah, it was just always uphill. And yeah, I mean, it's a really tough course. I got to play in the Am with my dad on the simulator last night.
Nice.
On the Aronimink. So that was a good time. Yeah.
Did you find from the comfortable hitting mat of your indoor simulator, was the rough as brutal?
No, I figured it out. I don't know what Rory's problem was.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you could, jump on the line with them and maybe kind of walk them through it for next time.
Yeah, like bomb and gouge was never the play, Rory.
Yeah, just never the play, no. Rory. Just hit a bunch of fairways, or if you do hit it in the rough, hit it from that part of the mat where it's still easy.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't really understand how he would get it in with 10 feet and it wouldn't be a guaranteed one putt. I didn't understand that part either. Like, does he not know that?
Doesn't he see the shaded in ring
exactly.
around the cup?
Guy doesn't get it.
Whatever. One interesting thing, I'm stuttering here because I'm so excited.
Oh, so am I.
Thank you. A lot of people were like, wow, the PGA of America really backed down after how hard it was Thursday and Friday. All of a sudden now we've got easy pins. These guys scared them. Rory's not happy. A lot of these guys are going to the press conferences saying a bunch of stuff. And so Bob Herrig, the one and only, the legend. Of golf reporting and all, I asked him about that. I was like, do you think that's, he goes, Dan, these pin placements were chosen long before this weekend. Like the plan was laid out. So for them to make a determination that we want 2 very tough days to get a very legitimate cut in place and then lighten things up. So now we can let people start breaking out. He's like, that was their tournament strategy. They don't just Friday night huddle up and say like, okay, I don't know what we did here. Let's get the pin sheets out and start drawing new dots.
Yeah.
And I think that's a mistake or a misconception that a lot of people were making, thinking that these guys had a panic attack and reworked the entire plan for the weekend.
I mean, I do understand why some people who aren't educated on that do think that, though, because it does seem like something that would be fairly easy to change.
Yeah.
If it was the Masters and Chairman Ridley was like, let's make this shit harder.
Yeah.
They're just going to make it harder. It's just,
he could, quite frankly, could walk out to any hole and go, the hole is here now.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Go get the thing with the thing and do the thing right there.
Now, obviously, I believe Bob, but
what I don't understand is all these pro golfers are complaining on how hard the tournament is. It's a damn major.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not like they're going to go play the Barracuda.
The Barracuda
regular
shots.
Yeah, like
Barracuda,
it's supposed
Barracuda.
to be the hardest tournaments of the season.
Yeah.
Well, but the difference is, historically, the U.S. Open is known for creating the greatest challenge in golf. The PGA Championship has not historically been known for that. So, like, we look at Valhalla, where, Xander wins at, 20 under, 21 under. Scotty last year came in at Quail at 19, 20, 21 under, whatever it is. So I think there was an expectation of how PGA Championships tend to play, and they might have just been caught pretty off guard. But at the same time, good. Yeah. Like, okay, like
I think that's a fundamental issue. I don't think there should be a major that this one's just easy.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's more of a fundamental issue.
Yeah, just birdie fast. Let's go nuts. Give me the Wanamaker. Hand it over.
Right. Yeah.
It's fine.
It's the Wanamaker, for crying out loud. It should be tough to get.
Yeah, it's not 30 pounds for nothing.
Right. Exactly.
Which, by the way, I got to take a little picture by the Wanamaker.
You did. I mean, also the other trophies were there too. Stanley Cup showed up.
Yeah.
The Larry O'Brien.
What's that one?
Basketball.
Oh, the basketball
the gold
one.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, we saw the basketball one.
Yeah.
We did.
Larry O'Brien.
Do trophies like hang out? I never considered that.
Yeah, I think they like kick it and like watch ball.
Yeah. Just like meetups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never want to see them in a pack.
The claret jug comes stumbling in.
Yeah,
No, you don't.
Yeah. Stumbling in.
Yeah, it does.
It's hammered.
Good for Aaron Rye.
Yeah, man.
Not so good for the likes of guys like Bryson DeChambeau.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel for him. I don't maybe know exactly what's going on and why. People love to speculate. I never do.
No.
Ever.
Never.
But what I do is sometimes regurgitate other people's speculation. And people are like, dude, you put down the cameras, quit doing your YouTubes, and get back to playing golf. I don't know. I don't know where I land on that. I mean, I don't know. Is it like you should be practicing 7,000 hours a week every single week and never do anything else? Like, do these guys never go home and have dinner with their family? Like, what are we talking about here?
Different circumstance. Like, being committed to a YouTube channel like that is a lot of work. Like, even if he's not doing the editing, obviously, and all the grunt work, but it's still a lot of work to like go to a course and film and do all like that's more than regular hobby stuff.
I'm waiting for Steph Curry to show up.
Right, right. Like it's not like he's just like, he took up knitting and it's taking his time away.
But like, didn't he win twice in a row on the LIV Tour this year? Like, why everyone's making this assumption that he's just playing bad? It's just the majors he's been struggling, and it's I don't know if it's the competition level at LIV that makes it different, but at the same time,
that's what some people want to argue.
You still have to shoot. It's not like he barely shot anything and won those tournaments.
We even look at like the leaderboard for much of the weekend. There were several LIV Golf players in that top 10. So it's like you're going to say the competition isn't there if you want to side with that side of the argument. It's like, well, these guys were in contention. So, it's not like it's a bunch of last place guys and it's easy to go out and, beat up on them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But depth is really important when it comes to tour fields. Like, the best guys don't win every single week. We saw it this week with Aaron Rye.
Yeah.
Like, if you have a deeper roster, which obviously the PGA Tour does by a country mile, the fields are just going to be harder. It's going to be a lot harder to win. You can always beat one of the best guys if you're one of the best guys, but you never know when Aaron Rye comes out of nowhere and beats you. That doesn't happen as much on LIV.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. I mean, to think that like the weekend before, he wasn't even in the signature event. He was playing the alternate event.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like in the alternate field. And now he's Mr. Major Champion, invites everywhere, lifetime back at the PGA Championship. Like, I mean, the dude, like, I'm here now. Hello. Hi. Like, sort of like above and beyond the Alex Fitzpatrick moment that we just had several weeks ago.
Yep.
The hello, I'm here in contention, final groups, the whole thing. I don't know. Even from the quotes that Xander Schauffele made about, going back the last several years, that this guy outworks everybody.
Yeah.
Just continually outworks everybody. And, we saw it ourselves. Well, what evening was it? Was it like
Tuesday? It was Tuesday.
Was
First
Tuesday
day we were
night?
there. Yeah. First day we were there. We came from the Cobra truck, going back to the media center. And
Starting to get dark.
Yep.
I mean,
on Tuesday?
Not a player on property. And this dude's over in the corner of the chipping and putting area with his team, just grinding out bunker shots and grinding out pitch work.
Yeah.
I mean, that is what it takes. And to me, it makes it feel far less like a fluke.
And he's like, what, the 50th best player on the PGA Tour? So it's like, that's what I mean with the depth thing. And I'm not going against LIV because obviously I love LIV. I want to continue. They've been great to us. But, I mean, the best players win on LIV a lot more often than the best players win on the PGA Tour. You see, Joaquin Niemann had, 5 wins last year. Brooks had 5 wins, and he wasn't even that great on LIV Golf. This year it's been dominated by Rahm and Bryson. the depth of the fields is a bigger issue than the top. We know LIV has the top guys,
Yeah.
some of the top guys, but it's the depth of the field that I think is tough for these guys when they go and they play in the majors with these deep fields.
Meanwhile, Rahm was T2.
Yeah, no, I mean,
yeah,
it didn't affect him.
No.
It affected Bryson.
What guy? Cam Smith, T7?
Yeah. He's been really, really bad. And he linked up with Claude and
Our new buddy Claude.
Yeah, our new buddy Claude.
Yeah. Our old buddy Claude.
Yeah.
We go way back.
That's true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Man.
It's an interesting conversation, though.
It is. Well, and even like the change of Rory's tune throughout the week was very interesting. Like we get like Tuesday Rory, bomb and gouge. You know what I mean? Why'd they take all these trees out? What are we doing? This place is like, your local putting, putt place, hit it through the clown's mouth. Then by Thursday, he's like, the people in charge here are psycho. They've ruined everything and they've ruined golf. And then by Saturday, all of a sudden he's shooting well. And he was like, it's a good tournament and a good field. And then by Sunday, I don't know if even anybody wanted to talk to him because it was all about Aaron Rye. It was a lot of emotions. It was oceans of emotions.
I feel like the guy just needs to make up his mind. Like, I still feel like he's in that position where he feels like he's the voice of the tour. And he's
like, got to be done, huh?
Yeah.
He wants to be done. He's been backpedaling for a while now.
Well, he doesn't even show up to the Siggies anymore.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, and I hate to do the same Rory song and dance again, but like, he just doesn't stand for anything. Like, he just doesn't ever. He's consistently showing us he flip-flops over and over.
You know what they say? If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Exactly.
There's always something.
I'm sure he's a great guy, though.
Yeah. No, good guy.
Yeah.
Like a bird could be chirping too loud, and you'll think it would be on something else.
Yeah, he got somebody kicked out for USA, didn't he? I could have read that wrong.
Well,
yeah, I probably did.
There is more depth to that story.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah, there was a guy who came on. I forgot what outlet he works for, but he was talking about, he's in his media pass and he's following Rory. And he said for like 2 straight holes, there were these super drunk guys that were following him and heckling him. And he was like, I wanted to say something. He's like, but I'm so nervous about getting my media badge taken away for like getting in a confrontation. And he goes, so I didn't. I stayed quiet. I was just hoping somebody else would, or like security or somebody would like come over and stop these guys. And it finally got to the point where like all the way into that shot, that the moment the camera catches is like the breaking point for Rory. And he turns around and tells him to F off or whatever it was. And, wanted to get these guys kicked out. He was like, it wasn't that they just yelled USA once and it like triggered him from Bethpage. He's like, it was this culmination of these 2 guys. He goes, the one guy was hammered. He was like falling like on the gravel cart path as he's trying to make his way up to talk more shit to Rory. But other than that, it wasn't a big deal.
You know for sure that the cameras were on them the whole time and they just waited for the blow up.
Yeah. I mean, not yet. He's simmering.
Go to camera 3 now. Was it in the middle of was it like in his backswing, or were we talking like between shots?
I think it was a constant, like while he's walking, they're just heckling, and it was just these 2 guys. I think they probably live at Bethpage, and they were brought over from there, I think, or something. They took a shuttle.
Rory could not play another sport.
No.
He could not.
No. Because, I mean, if they're heckling him during the shot, 100% that kick him out immediately. Obviously, it's a little bit controversial if it's not during the shot, but like Josh said, I mean, if you did that in basketball, you're not getting kicked out for that. Never.
We did that video where we were asking people, like, who you rooting for, who do you want to win? And then we followed it up with the question of, is there anybody you're rooting against or you don't want to win? And we basically got 2 common answers. Answer 1 was, I'm not really out here to root against anybody. I just want everybody to have a good round. I just have my favorites. But other than that, I'm not here to actively root against anybody. The second answer was Rory.
Yeah. So I'm not alone.
You're right. So, there's just something polarizing about him, even though I mean, to me in general, and in any interactions I've had with him at TGL, at golf tournaments, everywhere, he's always been kind, always, played along with my ridiculous questions I throw at him. So I have nothing poor to say against him, but to the broader golf community, there are a lot of people who have a reaction, if you will.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll be the fakest guy in the world if I ever meet him. Like, I mean, I don't stand for anything either, so I don't know why I'm judging him. But at the same time, what is it a coincidence that the shot he happened to get fed up with their heckling happened to be his worst shot of maybe the tournament? Where he went from rough to bunker?
Like, it just...
Is that a coincidence?
It turned out that his frustration peaked randomly.
Yeah, right.
When the ball didn't fly well.
That's all I'm saying.
Back over to the Bryson conversation. I'm, this morning, crack my eyes open, let a little daylight in, and then immediately open up Instagram because that's kind of my routine. And I see like a flood of quotes from Bryson DeChambeau. And I don't know if I have the direct quote in front of me, but it was something to the effect of, I'm in this kind of weird position right now of should I pursue professional golf or YouTube golf? And I did not realize that he was at like an A or B, kind of like, one or the other crossroads right now.
Here's the thing about that. If he decides to go full content creation, there is no way he could get into like the internet invitationals. No, he can't. Like, that's the thing that sucks. It's like he could go full YouTube, but he won't really, I feel like, won't get the perks of being the YouTube golfers of like the Good Goods or the Bob Does or Fair Play or Foreplay. I don't think that will happen because he is that good. Like, he's a pro golfer. There's no reason, like Brad Dahlke, he's probably the best YouTube golfer. One of the top 3.
I'd agree.
Right? Bryson demolishes them.
Yeah.
Like,
well, here's a real question though. Like, cause he's talked in the past about like doing my YouTube and playing in majors and all that. Like, do you think without tournaments on the line and his reputation and his goals and all of that, like, does he practice as hard on a weekly basis? Is he that dialed on the clubs he's using and being a part of creating new irons and all of this stuff? And, even talked about like where he brings a case of driver heads and he's just pounding them until he finds, Bryson's words, till I find the perfect head. Is he doing all of that if he is focused on his YouTube golf and then playing majors? Like, to me, I don't know how anything works. I've never once in my life been fantastic at golf, but I would think that there would have to be some level of deterioration to his game.
Almost like too many eggs in one basket.
Maybe, or not enough time in the frying pan.
But
I'm not sure.
I mean, some of his videos, though, actually kind of help because they're almost competition. Like, even though they're not, I mean, his breaking course records one, his old breaking 50. Has he done a breaking 50 since?
But let's look at the difference. Okay, let's say he's filming with, whoever, Steph Curry. I'll bring that up because I watched it last night while I was at the golf facility.
Great video.
Balls. Nice. Does he, like, for a tournament week, get there Monday or Tuesday, grind out practice rounds, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Pro-Am, the whole thing. Tournament starts Thursday. He's there early. He's warming up. He's grinding. He's playing the full tournament. He's going back to the range to figure out what's working, what's not. Doing that for 4 straight days and repeating, sometimes the following week or the week after. When he has a YouTube video, do you think it's a 6-day process of getting himself honed in to hoist a Sunday trophy? I wouldn't think so. So though there's some great competition and some great content happening in what we get to see on YouTube, I don't think what shaped him into a 2-time US Open winning champion could remotely happen on a fully dedicated YouTube career. So then what happens then when he shows up to a major?
I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself, Dan, and I'm still going to try, but
please.
He's weaning off golf is what it seems like is happening. We already know that LIV is less events. It was at the beginning less days than the PGA Tour, and now he's considering going to YouTube. I think that would be a grave mistake for that exact reason. You just have to keep playing golf. I don't care how good you are. I think if you ask Tiger Woods, arguably the greatest we've ever seen, most people would say that. I think if you ask Tiger Woods, how would you play if you only played once a week or twice a week or 3 times a week? He'd be like, what do you mean?
1,000 contacts a day is what Tiger talked about.
And if you're full-time YouTube, maybe I'm wrong. I just don't think he's getting 1,000 contacts a day.
Here's another possibility though. Maybe at, he's in his mid-30s now, I think, give or take, roughly. Maybe he's saying, like, I want to achieve a lot of things in this life. And I've done this since I was a junior, and I've pursued being the best at this thing. I've won at the highest level. I've competed at the highest level. Do I have every single major trophy? Yes, no. But maybe he's saying, I don't want to do this exact thing to try and cross a couple more trophies off the list. I want to explore what else exists in this world and in this life, which for me is hard to wrap my head around.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's obviously financial gain is not a gigantic issue for him at this point.
CPMs better be crazy.
It better be crazy.
I'll give a take too. I truly don't think that he can do YouTube like he does now and be on the PGA Tour. Because the PGA Tour is of course, you pick and choose your schedule, but you have to play. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because like if he falls too far in FedEx Cup points, he's not getting into, the utmost importance of the season, the playoffs leading to the FedEx Cup, which is the pinnacle of the PGA Tour ultimately. And whoever wins the FedEx Cup is clearly established as the champion of the tour for that year.
And honestly, right now,
like, do you take a guy like the reigning champion of all of the PGA Tour, Tommy Fleetwood?
FedEx Cup.
It's you can't knock that, and you don't get that by picking and choosing.
Gun your head, Byron Nelson or FedEx Cup. Byron Nelson for me personally.
I'm a big Byron guy.
but
give me that AT&T.
The circle back on that, for him being at LIV and doing the YouTube stuff, it's almost he's in the perfect position because he's still able to play all the LIV tournaments. It's 100% not a full PGA Tour schedule, and he's able to have that time to still make videos. But I think he still needs to play pro golf. I even think if he takes a year off, and
it'd be insane.
He will not be the same golfer he was before.
I agree to your point earlier, and we don't have to stick on this, but he can't play the PGA Tour and do YouTube. I think he definitely can. I mean, you can dudes take 2-3 weeks off in the middle of the season. He could go film 10 videos and be chilling. Like,
right. Like we see, Rory goes in and moves in at Aronimink for a week.
Right.
Or two,
yeah. Like dude's got time, especially if you're Bryson, where it's not, like you said, it's not the money issue. Maybe right away he's not going to want to skip events because, like you said, he needs FedEx Cup points to get in these siggies. But yeah, I don't know. I think he could still do both. I think he should still do both. I think that's the right move. Either stay on LIV or go to the PGA Tour and do both. Don't quit golf for YouTube. Like, what are
wild. Just wild.
This is the lower third here. Should Bryson quit golf? That's a crazy question. That's a crazy question.
Yeah. It's almost hard for me to like really, really wrap my head around this concept of him just going, I'm all good now.
Yeah.
Like, that was fun. Let me do a different fun thing. Like, that's fun too, and I'll go do that fun too.
Who am I to the Olympics to play ping pong next? Watch.
Right, but I mean, like at the same time, who are we to judge somebody who has $300 million in the bank and can do whatever the hell he wants?
No, we know better.
Better,
yeah. Like because it's we've observed with minimal details and facts, and what you want to do is take our advice exclusively on this.
Yes,
as complete non-experts, as well as with zero experience on managing just generational wealth.
Yep.
I mean, Dan did salt his balls. He knows them pretty well.
That's true.
I did.
You did.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, if LIV puts up that $500 million he wants, he ain't going nowhere.
Oh, do you know how much salt he can get?
Yeah, there's no way he's going to YouTube.
I would salt those full time.
I wonder if he still does it.
You know what? Well, like you said, he goes, I don't. He said, he's like, I don't do it myself anymore. Like, I've got a team. I got a guy. So I don't know. At what point does he just tell us, like, you know what? We're all done. You don't have to do that for me anymore.
Fires a salt guy.
Yeah. You always see like rappers and such where they have like these huge teams.
Yeah.
And like, these guys have these like minuscule jobs, but it's their full-time thing. Like, your job is to carry around my chain for me when I'm not wearing it. Like, this is Bryson's full-time ball salter. What would his name be?
Salt roller or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's like an Austin.
Yeah. Austin, my ball salter.
Yep, there it is.
That's good.
There it is.
Kind of a fun experience taking a little peek inside the T-Mobile world.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Here's what I'll say. Here's exactly what I'm going to say. I, for quite some time, was getting a little wore out of, I don't know, this whole thing of like, sponsor everything turns into Times Square, and you just got like logos everywhere, and it's just like whatever the thing is called, whatever tournament, whatever event, whatever concert, and then they just slap a big logo next to it, and then that's supposed to like get them more customers, and we all deal with it. And then as you're walking in, they always have like an easy up tent, and they're giving out like throwaway crap with their like logo on it, like little like foam footballs or something.
Yeah, they're attached to your bag
those,
or keys.
those bags.
Yeah, like those drawstring bags.
Do you know what we called them back in the day? Swag bags.
Swag bags. And to me, it was like, we all knew it's part of the gig. It's just the way it works. Like I get it. The venue, the band, the concert, the team, the whatever. They need the additional sponsor revenue, and the sponsor's going to stand here and hand out like coupons.
Yeah.
And for me, essentially, it feels like, excuse me, sir, will you throw this away for me?
yeah, right, exactly.
Okay, cool. Like here, we had a bunch more garbage printed, and make sure you throw this garbage away.
I was just doing a load, so
yeah, total time saver. But what I feel like is evolving, and I truly appreciate, is sort of, I don't know, we'll call it sponsorships 2.0. Is that fair?
I like that. Mm-hmm.
We look at, and again, I'm not like, I have a T-Mobile phone, but I got to pay for it. So, I'm only saying this as like my perspective on a situation is I appreciate and respect that there is sort of an evolution happening. We see it at like the Masters where they bring in like IBM to bring in tech and things like that. Well, at the PGA Championship, T-Mobile sort of took on a different role. And right off the bat, I'm a big app guy. Like if I'm ordering from any restaurant, first thing I do is I see if they have an app.
Yeah.
Can I get points?
Mm-hmm.
And do I not have to talk to anybody before I place my order?
Exactly.
You go in the app there, and in the map, they had stuff like, the T-Mobile fan experience map. I'm like, okay, a logo on something normal. Here we go again. And they had like these AI things that would tell you which grandstands were full or less full or had room.
That's cool.
I kind of appreciated that. Or like hot spots on areas and by the ropes and the viewing areas that were more condensed. So you're like, I want to go watch some golf, but it's pointless to head over there. When you're at a golf course as hilly as Aronimink, that helps. And
much appreciated.
Instead of handing me something that I'm going to immediately throw away, at least you're like doing something that is usable.
Yeah, service.
Yeah.
That to me is like, that's the goal. Okay, slap a logo up. Like, make my life a little better.
Does it look like a movie theater? Like, when you walk on the side of the movie theater, when you go buy your tickets and you got to select your seat?
Oh, God, I wish. Like I'm at like F9.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very easy for companies to give out products. It's harder to give out services, and I think services are more valuable. Speaking of service, I will speak firsthand.
Go ahead.
Your phone worked all week.
Yeah.
You have T-Mobile. I'm not going to say who I have, but what used to be the #1 network in the world, not an ounce of service out there this week. And we're here to do media.
Yeah.
That's clearly a problem.
Yeah, like I had like whatever the maximum, whatever, like there's 5G, but then there's like the 5G something else,
15G or something. Yeah.
5G LE or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And dude, it was ripping. And you were in the desert.
I had a SOS.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I'm 5 steps into the course. What do you mean?
They killed all the servers.
like the one night we ended up staying late and ended up just like looking for an Uber or whatever. You would have had no shot getting us a ride
never.
Never.
Would have been at Aronimink still.
Yeah, still just like I got see if we can get.
He was living in that little house.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, and obviously it's a T-Mobile event, so like, maybe Verizon just isn't good out here. I swear I'm noticing now. I said the name. I'm noticing now that that's just how it is.
Yeah.
So I'm like, legitimately, no joke, I think I am going to switch to T-Mobile.
Wow.
Like, it's just, I'm not kidding.
Now all of a sudden you wish they had coupons.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Damn it.
Yeah, please.
That's kind of cool. The other thing I did appreciate as a T-Mobile member, so I got to use this. They've got the what is it, Club Magenta?
Yep.
You just show you've got it, and then you get to go in like hospitality. That's kind of nice.
You got to go in, but he didn't.
No, I went.
You could bring 2 guests. So.
Yeah, right. Don't say that. You definitely can't bring 2 guests.
You can.
Oh, seriously, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were just making that up.
And the 2 strangers I wanted to bring instead of you didn't show up, so I had a spot.
Yep.
Whatever.
Love when I get moved up the list like that.
Yeah.
No, Club Magenta was cool though. We got to interview Chase Utley there, so that was sick.
One of my favorite baseball
You're
players.
a big Chase Utley guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like what are some memories of him? Like what'd you like about him?
Back in, I believe it was 2009 when they won. It was 2008 or 2009. 2008 when they won the World Series against the Yankees. I remember, I think whatever the final game was, it was on Halloween. And I remember we were at a family friend's house that don't live in that house anymore. And just sitting there watching in my Halloween costume and seeing them beat the Yankees, because I can't stand the Yankees.
Oh, yeah.
So, and especially that team, they had Chase Utley, they had Jimmy Rollins, who ended up being a White Sox. There's
Ryan Howard,
who we had on the show. Shane Victorino.
Yeah.
They had Jason Worth, had Cole Hamels, like early Cole Hamels, and he was an absolute ace. Like, their team was really good. Wasn't Real Muto?
No, that was before him.
Was that before him?
Yeah, right. We were talking about that.
Yeah. I like that team.
No, he was cool.
And growing up a second baseman, he was a good guy to follow.
Good firm handshake.
Oh, yeah.
He took a liking to your Augusta.
Was he big, or was he kind of like?
I mean, he was in far better shape than I was. Like he didn't like height mog me like crazy or anything like that. But I was like, oh, you've done athletic things.
Figure mog for sure.
I way
figure
got
mogged
figure mogged
everybody there. Yeah. No, it was cool. Wyndham and Homo were in there filming a commercial.
Yeah.
Doing their little putting tic-tac-toe thing. I'm sure everybody's seen that by now.
Yeah, it's been everywhere.
But no, it was cool. That had a lot of and we got to go in the chalet as well.
Oh yeah.
Can't forget about the chalet, the chalet, as some say.
Yeah, there was like this like special hospitality that we also got like a wristband for like a day. And
Yeah.
That's
legit.
It was legit, yeah.
It was like being in like, box seats at a stadium, like where you got the inside and the outside, and like, bartender and like food coming out on the hour and like a mixed nuts.
It was like
I've only did that once in my life, and it's the best.
It was like if a booth at one of those games had like 5 employees per booth.
Yeah.
That's what it was basically like.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty sick.
Yeah.
That was sweet. I did that in New Orleans at the Pelicans game.
Shout out to Pelicans.
Shout out to Pelicans.
And the Sabres.
Yeah, well, is hockey still going on?
Yeah.
Nobody won the big
Stanley Cup.
Thank you.
The big drinking glass. Yeah.
I'm just glad we made it there on time.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. Not everyone did. There was definitely a notable golfer, or not even or two, just one.
Yeah.
Who was unfortunately something like 41 seconds late. This was a wild moment, though. Garrick Higgo just was putting when it was time to be on the first tee. The rules are you have to be there 10 minutes before, and he was there like 9 minutes before, and they gave him a 2-stroke penalty, which ultimately he missed the cut by 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At a major.
Like, and even in the first day, I think at one point he would have been the leader for some point of the day without his 2-stroke penalty. Yes. Crazy.
Is that so? When I look at the scoreboard in the first hole where it says 6, that's where the penalty came?
I'm assuming, yes. They would just add it to the first hole, I take it.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Because I was confused about that, how they write it down in the score sheet. Like if they add it to a specific hole or
slop it right on that first
have like
hole.
an extra box.
Yeah, I feel like it's like if you had a penalty on a hole, like it would count as a stroke for that hole. So like basically he had a penalty for first hole. I would love to be able to come out here and fully defend him, because honestly I think having to be there 10 minutes early is kind of crazy. But he did admit himself, he's like, yeah, I'm not the most timely guy.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah. Well.
Is this one of Jason Day's guys?
Well, I mean, he's a Melbourne guy. I don't know.
He's South African.
Okay.
Because I thought
one of Louis' guys.
Yeah.
Well, I thought one of his guys was in the field. Or was that the Masters? Was that the Masters? I know one of them was
not educated enough for this.
I can't speak on that.
Nope.
I could be completely wrong. So,
just brutal though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tough.
I mean, absolutely brutal. And I mean, like some other people, they said they're like, listen, golf is a series of rules, like essentially, and like within the confines of these rules, may the best player win. And there is a rule that you have to be there 10 minutes before, and he did not adhere to that rule. So whether you're like, well, it should be 5 minutes. Well, okay, if it was 5 minutes and you're late for that, then that's the rule. But the rule was that, and that's a major championship. And the crazy thing is, it's not even like he like Luke Kwon and slept in and like they're like waking him up and he shows up late and talks trash to his teammates and whatever. Like he's there. He's just over rolling putts. And I love, like, they even did some edits on the broadcast where they had like the timer up in the corner showing like down to the second, like exactly what time it was.
Yeah.
And he's still rolling putts and like counting down to like at what point penalty strokes are added. And he's like just kind of like meandering and moseying over and then gets met right away by one of the officials. And he like, you know, puts his hand on his shoulder and like leans into him. And he was like, yeah, hey, bud, here's a 2-stroke penalty.
Yeah.
Do you think they looked at that footage and be like, oh, he wasn't even trying to be on time, so, like, let's give him this? Because do you think they'll ever, like, give, like, a warning if it's, like, say if he's, like, what would you say, like 40-some seconds late?
Yeah, like,
what if he was half that?
If there's, like,
hustling?
a threshold and he didn't know and he's just standing on this side of it, and he was like, no, you didn't step over the line.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I don't know. Like you said, I agree. I think you can be mad at the rule for being a dumb rule, but you can't be mad at the result. Rules are rules. If we're given cushions and buffers, it's like, why even have the rule?
This happened to one of my softball teams. We were practicing on the wrong field. It was literally the field next to the one we were supposed to play on.
they were on like B6 instead of B5.
Yeah, and you were literally like 20 feet to the next field. We were on the wrong field, and then we're like, oh, let's go hop over. As we go hop over, umpire already called the game.
No, come on.
Yeah,
what are we doing?
We were so mad, man.
It's not the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
This isn't a major.
Yeah. So, I mean, but we can confidently say if it wasn't for the 2-stroke penalty, he would have won.
Do we think that there's any correlation between Garrick Higgo being late for the first tee, getting a 2-stroke penalty, and then following up right after the tournament, him letting his caddy go? Do you think there's any correlation between these two things? Or are they just totally non-related issues that happen to kind of hit the news within the same week of cycle?
Very full free pass, I think, to speculate here because it's just...
Yeah,
Wait,
because
say
there's
it's coincidence?
nothing that's come out.
No, I'm saying like I think it's a free pass to speculate because it makes total sense.
Oh, yeah?
Like this is like the biggest moment of his career, no offense.
Like, do you think the caddy should be like, hey, you know, we've got 2 minutes?
He did.
Yeah.
It says right here, the weird part is Caddie was reportedly already at the tee box and was trying to get Higgo to hurry up. Higgo even admitted his caddy was yelling for him to get to the tee.
So maybe his caddy just said, I'm gone.
Oh.
And then the next
It's kind of like
point,
a she left him, not he left her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's not you, it's me kind of vibe.
Wow.
Yeah. It's not me, it's you, basically.
Yeah, guy obviously, you know, didn't make anywhere near the money he should have.
Yeah, you cost him money. He took money out of his caddy's pocket by being late.
He robbed the guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's dramatic, but it is true.
He clubbed him in an alley and took money out of his wallet.
Would you not be pissed? You're working just as hard. You've been working this whole week waiting for this.
Well, right. It's like, regardless of your player, like this is you and your career.
Yeah.
Like my career is to be a professional caddy for players at the highest level. And I want to put all of my effort into helping you do as good as possible so I get the best outcome for myself.
Right. Like if Michael Jordan just didn't play, his teammates would be pissed. Like if he left for 2 years and like said he wanted to go play baseball, but really it was a gambling suspension, his teammates would be pretty upset about that.
No, that's true. It's like, if you're going to leave while you're laying on the ground because your fake elbow hurts, but get back up and stay in the game, dude. Like, I know you're down for 7 minutes and you don't even need elbow surgery. Like, thank you.
Let me get my free shots off while he's not here.
Can't.
But no, I mean, I get it's his teammate, and he let his teammate down, and I wouldn't be shocked if it was his caddy's decision to leave. I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't.
No,
blame
sometimes you got to go to a new team to try and find success.
yeah, because your old team lets you down, they don't play.
I just didn't like, of course, he said I'm not timely, but he really, that was the only way he owned it. He wasn't like, that's on me. He's like, no, I think it's BS that you have to be there 10 minutes early. I'm like, well,
and he
rules
also
are the
like
rules.
had like a little circular. He was like, well, I wasn't late. It was just about the amount of on time that I wasn't.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like late. I was there. I just wasn't like over there in terms of the where I was there.
He was trying to Yoda him.
I don't want to flip-flop, but that's decent logic. I
Yeah.
can't lie. He wasn't late for his tee time. He wasn't as early as he was supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah, come on, dude. I got buddies who don't show up 10 minutes before our
what
tee
are we
time.
talking about? He's acting like they were on the green when he showed up.
Guys like hopping in through the parking lot trying to get a shoe on.
Yeah,
You know?
come on, man.
Poor guy.
Forget about it.
Who knows? Who knows whose fault it is?
Any local starter would die to have somebody show up 10 minutes early for a tee time or 9:45 or whatever.
I'll tell you what I want to see more than anything. This potential speculation that there is an Anthony Kim documentary in the works,
AK.
I would be front. Listen, I don't go to the movies except for like with my kids, and I fall asleep because I bring a neck pillow.
Fair.
But I would be front row.
I don't think this will be in the movies.
It's in the movies. Okay? Listen, I'm getting a jumbo popcorn, free refills, extra real butter. You know what I mean? You get those options now.
I think it's a docu-series, but this is going to be a movie.
Oh,
I hope it's a docu-series. I hope it's an HBO Max docu-series.
I hope it's a movie series.
All 8 movies into one. Let's drop 43 movies at once.
It's not a mini series. It's a major series. Yeah.
No, it's going to be cool, though. All jokes aside, it is going to be pretty sick.
Seriously.
He's like the coolest story in golf.
Really is. And like we're like at like the pinnacle of the comeback story right now.
Yeah.
And we only know, I mean, very little about the dark ages, if you will.
Yeah.
I mean, he's talked about how dark it got, how, you know, some moments he had and where things almost went to the ultimate dark side for him and where he's at now. But to kind of like go into that world, yeah. I mean, because I root for him so much that to really get to like be in depth into that story, it seems so interesting. And if he wants to make that public and do an 8-part feature film at the movie theaters for it, I want to buy all 8 tickets.
I got a question for you guys. So let's just assume this is 100% happening and get out of speculation world for a second. So let's assume, well, I guess that is speculating, but we'll just assume that it's going to happen.
What's
100%.
a different kind?
Yeah. Do you guys think they started recording this before his Adelaide win, or did the Adelaide win trigger, let's go back and make this a doc?
Oh,
I think probably that, because everyone likes a happy ending turnaround story with like a story like his.
I feel like his re-entry into golf and like, remember, like there was like this like secretive news, like someone's coming. And it was like almost like you see like the silhouette behind like a shimmering curtain. Yeah. And you're wondering who's back there. Like, you know, move that bus.
Wow, it's a
great show, man.
And so I feel like there has been so much sort of attention and whirlwind around his comeback that potentially this could have been in the works and coming together. And now like the story finally kind of landed and they're like, oh my God, we have it. Like this, it's all the way here. I mean, because we even remember like, you know, that first season back on LIV, I mean, didn't he finish like last or second to last?
It was first 2 seasons on LIV.
Yeah.
Remember, he started halfway in between.
And so I wondered, like, they got to a point where they're like, well, you know, maybe we're going to kind of put a hold on shooting for a little while just to, you know, charge the camera batteries.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I really hope they were shooting during LIV Adelaide.
Yeah.
And they didn't have to, like, go back, you know?
Just pull B-roll.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I hope that we have that behind-the-scenes footage because that's what we want.
Yeah, like you know, him riding in the car on the way to, like, you know, round 1.
Yes, and I want the qualifier in there, too, where he won the qualifier to get in. That needs to be in there. Your question to all the guys that LIV of how cool is this for Anthony Kim?
Yeah,
that might be in there.
You know, it is really special for me to be almost in a lot of these.
Yeah.
And if I'm almost in this, it'd just be cool. It's something I can almost tell my kids about.
Yeah.
Well, I can almost look back on.
You were actually in The Biggest Loser doc.
I was. And what's incredible is for the amount of show I was actually in, they used like, I think it was 2 seconds.
It was like, I think it was like 183. We can round up to 2 though.
Yeah. And like, no audio, like, you know what I mean? It was just like a quick kind of.
They had the graphic over your face, just kind of transparent.
Mike Wazowski.
Yeah. You know, so it's obviously you can go on Netflix and see a bunch of my work almost.
Yep.
And I look forward to almost getting to be a part of that again.
I think you have a legit chance at it. I do.
Be.
I think you have a legit chance. That would be good for the documentary.
Yeah, especially if they're like, you know, talking about his comeback story and like the years and the darkness. And then Dan asked Bryson this thing at the U.S. Open about Southie balls. And then like Anthony Kim like won the qualifier.
I think when it comes around to that point where it's right after he wins the qualifier in the documentary, I'm at least going to have it in my mind that maybe they'll show the press conference clip.
Oh, come on.
Because what you were like, how cool is this for Anthony Kim to the guys or whatever? I forget who answered, but yeah, it was like the captain's meeting. Yes, right. Yeah, that was the whole one where we broke down where Phil and Bryson were sitting for like an hour. Yeah. It's all coming back to me now.
And it was another one of those where I'm like front row in a press conference, and you got a bunch of guys in like this new era of tight fitting like golf pants.
Yep.
And then when everybody sits in those like high chairs, they like. and you're at this like eye level that's so awkward.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's just like, wow, is this aggressive?
That bulge level.
Yeah, so I remember a lot about that event. It was good to get to be there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
Come on, AK, let's do it.
Let's do it. It'll
Let's
be
get
great.
a big comeback flick.
Be great.
We need it.
Get Chad Mum on it.
You know what? Let's get Chad Mum on this.
Great friend.
Yeah, great friend.
Yep.
All right, guys. I don't know. I feel like there's a million other things we could go on and on about, but we could also go play some golf or something.
Yeah.
That also sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's so warm out there.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. We got to be done, huh?
Got to be done.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's it for the Dan Evans Show. We'll catch you right back here on the One and Only Sports Industry.